Victoria, we've spoken about Prince Andrew in the past, and I think you feel that he's been poorly treated in relation to those allegations that he had relations with a minor.
False allegations.
You've sprung to his defence. What sort of role do you see him playing under the reign of King Charles?
I think, I think it's hard to know at this point.
Is there a way back for him? Will Charles forgive him and try to rehabilitate him?
Well, his brother knows all the evidence. He has everything. He can see very clearly that he's not guilty. And I just think what has happened to him has been completely unfair. There will be things coming out, in the next few weeks or months. And hopefully when everything actually is out and those girls, the evidence is seen, by the police, by the FBI, that in fact they did all lie, they did commit perjury, they did give in fake evidence to the FBI. Hopefully, when all that is done, I've actually also interviewed two of the big witnesses, the one who actually took the real photo at Kinnerton Street, which was not Prince Andrew. I will be releasing that interview in the near future as well. And
so you feel he's been stitched up, he's been done up like a right royal kipper.
No, he has.
For the purposes of balance, I've got to say that those making the allegations are not here to defend their position, and they would argue that they have been victims.
They know they can't do anything about me because they know I'm only talking the truth, and that is the issue. And I know they call me a witch.
So do you think? So the way you see it is that you think that Andrew has suffered a miscarriage of justice?
No, I think he has been completely falsely accused.
And you think that there is hope that he will be vindicated and cleared effectively of these allegations?
And if he is cleared of all of this, will his brother then support him? That is the big question.
That, in a way, Ken, is a political question, isn't it? Because even if Andrew is absolved of these allegations, he's damaged goods slightly, isn't he?
Well, I think the first question you asked, Victoria, was, what's his role here? I mean, will the king forgive him? At the moment, no, I don't think this is the case, because it is a huge embarrassment to the royal family, and it's sort of detracting from what really is happening at the moment. I mean, for my part, I know little, if nothing, about what Victoria's talking about, this new evidence. But I think, for me, when you look at it, why then did he, and with help from his mother and his brother, offer up nearly £12 million to an out-of-court settlement? An out-of-court settlement for what, though?
So in America, it's very much like a done thing that you have civil cases, and
but try and convince people over here that
in the UK they don't know about that as much, but in the US it's a big thing. They sue for civil cases. That girl was only after money. She did not want it to go into some trial and her not get money. It's just about money, and that's the thing that David Boyes, her lawyers, they knew a member of the royal family. Do you realise that if he had gone to court, the whole of the royal family would have to be deposed, including the Queen? That is never going to happen.
Well, I don't know that, but I think
But they would all have been deposed. Could you imagine the Queen and Prince William being deposed?
I'm not so certain about that, but I think
it would have happened.
But I think, Victoria, the fact that his association was bad enough in its own right, and the evidence that came out. You talk about the photograph. I mean, you're suggesting that was a doctored photograph. I mean, okay, forensically, there would be evidence to say that it wasn't, or was, as the case may be.
It's a photo of a photo of a photo.
I know, but I think
I have the person that actually took it that will stand up in court against this woman.
Well, that's going to be interesting. I mean, if that is the case, then I and many others will look forward to seeing this turnaround.
And the policeman.
And if that is the case, if it's actually found to be true, are you suggesting then that...
But you being police, the HMG officers and the SAS guys that have met this actual witness that took the real pictures, they believe him.
Well, okay. I mean, look,
they actually, the story is pretty out there in the beginning that the officers that first met him that first time were like, it was, but they did. They came out of there like, this is the guy.
Now, Virginia Giuffre would obviously maintain that she was a victim.
Behind bars, I hope, very soon.
Well, she's not here to defend herself, obviously. I mean, this show is...
She's hiding out in Australia, conveniently. Isn't that convenient?
Okay, well, look, obviously you're entitled to your view. I mean, she's not here to defend herself, and she would maintain that she's been a victim and that she didn't do it for the money. But look, you're entitled to your view. That's what this show's all about, and I thank you for making it.
She's her way through the money.
Well, look, you're you're not pulling your punches